Fabian, good to see you again. Let's start with the injuries then. I think it's a growing list of injuries at the moment. Where are we with a few of them?
Yeah, I think let's start with the positive things. Brian, Kruda and Solly March. So they trained really good this week. There might be an option for the weekend, and the others. The long-term injuries with Matt O'Reilly, João Pedro, JP, and I forgot someone. James Miller, but he's also an option for this weekend. So I think there are positive and negative news, but in general, we see it more positive that the players come back.
Disappointing, obviously, last time out. Have you had to have some difficult conversations at all in terms of what happened? You lost your unbeaten record, but...
Yeah, I think it's very important after defeat that you're honest to yourself, that you reflect yourself what was good, what was not good in this game, and if you lose a game, of course, like there are more negative points, and I think we analyzed these negative points. We discussed with the team about that. We're trying to find solutions. We're trying to show a reaction as a team on Sunday, but again there were also some positive things. I think, especially in possession, like Chelsea scored 4 goals. I think we also had chance to score 4 goals. So in the end, we have to learn from it. I have to learn from it because I was the responsible person for this match plan, and the match plan was not good enough, and therefore I also have to learn from it. And now we try to show a reaction.
Being tough on yourself again. Ange Postecoglou, obviously you're up against him at the weekend. What do you know about him? Do you admire him?
I respect him a lot, not only because how he's playing, the identity of Tottenham, of the style of play is impressive, but also as a person, he's a very humble, very polite person, and I'm really looking forward to meet him and compete against him.
Just in terms of Van Hecke's injury, what is it and how long do you expect to be without him for?
I don't know. We have to go week for week. I think that it's not that bad, like, for example, the issue from João. But let's see and go week for week.
In terms of João being out, Jorginho Ruta got his first goal for the club last week. Does that place a bit more emphasis on him now, and now he's got that first goal, a bit more belief in him?
I think he also showed before that goal good performances. He's a guy, he doesn't need like goals to believe in himself, and I think he had a great impact, a great start to this new club. He's a very humble person. He tries to work hard. I think his shape when he arrived was not the best, but now through the training sessions, he gets fitter and fitter, and we are very happy to have him in our squad.
And just one more on the injuries. Great to see Matt O'Reilly back in the gym already. How is he feeling, and how's his recovery going?
Good. So he's very positive, and he's making small steps forward, and I think that's very important when you have like this bad injury. And he's sticking to the plan after surgery. He's doing his rehab, and we are looking forward to see him back on the pitch.
And in terms of your thoughts on Tottenham, 2 similar-ish playing styles, a lot of possession-based football. How do you expect to get past them on Sunday?
Trying to defend better than against Chelsea. I think that's the main thing. But on the other side, it's also like being brave in possession. So I think in possession we made a good game against Chelsea, and we have to continue doing this, being brave with the ball, trying to bring our identity on the pitch. Of course, they have like great individual players. They have players who can make the difference in one situation of the game. So we have to pay attention all the time. We have to work for the momentum, and then when we have the momentum, we have to use it and keep it for 90 minutes, and this will be the goal.
Two from me, if that's okay. Just one. When Brighton have gone up against Dominic Solanke as a Bournemouth player, they've done a pretty good job against him. Now he's with a different club in a different setup, and now back in the England squad. Are you facing a kind of different player there?
So I can only say something about his performances the last game. So I think he's a whole package of a good striker. So he's very good in possession. He's very good in making movements in the opponent's box. He knows how to get away from opponent. He knows how to move against the opponent when he gets defended quite in a 1-against-1 situation. And on top of that, I think that he works also hard against the ball. So he's the first attacker for them, and he tries to lead the opponent to one side. He tries to put pressure on our defender, and I think it will be a big challenge to stop him.
And I know he's a player that you wanted to keep at the club, but how happy will you be on Sunday to welcome back Pascal Gross for his send-off from the fans?
I would enjoy it more if he would wear like the Seagulls colour, but on top of that, like Pascal is a great character. He's a great player. I think you can already see his impact at Borussia Dortmund, how good he is, and I'm very happy to welcome here at this old home, and I think all the players are also looking forward to see him. And in the end, now it's up to us to make him a good present, a welcome present again, with hopefully a victory.
Fabian, people talk about Pascal being a great professional. Sort of similarities with James Milner. How much of a boost would it be to have him back involved with the matchday squad with his experience and everything that he brings?
I think he's a great leader. So leaders are always important for a squad, and I think he's also a great communicator. And I think that's very important for our young squad, that we have players who communicate on the pitch, who are helpful on the pitch, who bring their knowledge into the squad. And I think we can all learn from his knowledge. We can all profit from his knowledge, and that's why we're very happy to have him back in training and in the squad.
Just two other names, sorry to go back to the injuries things, but Simon Adingra, Joel Veltman, both missing last weekend. Are they both available?
I think Simon, we have to be careful, but Joel will be back. With Simon, we have to look how it's going, and then we have to make a decision.
I mean, some of the players at other clubs in a wider issue have said that there's too many games, that they're having to play too many. Do you have any concerns over the amount of football that people are having to play? I know you don't have Europe this season, but it may be different from club to club. But how do you see the situation?
I think I already answered about this topic. So in the end, we are not part of it, and we can't say anything about this because we're not suffering from the schedule. So we had now a good trainings week. We can use this trainings week, and I think we should see it more as an advantage for us. On the other side, I think I can completely understand the clubs and the players who are complaining about their playing schedule, because in the end we experience also how tough it is to play 2 games in 3 games in 3 days. I think it's quite tough for the players. So in the end, of course, I agree. I think the health from the players has to be the most important, and we should take care of them.
You mentioned about being better in possession. I think you've had over 60% possession so far in games. Are you happy with that figure? Obviously, I know it doesn't tell the whole story of how a team plays week in, week out, but what do you make of that, and how much progress the team has made in terms of with the ball?
So I'm a coach who likes to be dominant and who likes to have the ball, because when you have the ball, you can create something. Of course, you have to be aware of transition moments, especially in the Premier League, but I think when you have the ball, you can create something. You can build your ideas in possession. But again, it doesn't tell the whole story. So I think it's important to find a balance, when to have like ball possession, when to have like the defense stability. But I think these numbers show that we are able to beat every team in this league, to compete with every team. And I also didn't feel that we were like this worse or much worse than the squad from Chelsea, and I think this gives us also like not hope, more like the confidence and the clarity that if we are on point and we have to be on point, if we are on our limits and we have to be on our limits, that we can compete with every team in this league.
Some people have made comparisons between your style and Ange's style at Spurs, the intensity, the high defensive line. Do you see those similarities in terms of what they do compared to your team?
There might be some elements that are similar, yes, but I think Ange Postecoglou, he proved it over 1 year now, and we are on the beginning of our journey. And I think in some moments we were a little bit like naive, and we have to defend better and not to concede that many goals. And I think it's also priority from us to defend as a whole team better. Not only, we are talking a lot about the high line and about for me it's not a high line, it's more like an active line, but how do we get to these moments? It's also the responsibility from the offensive player to defend the lines, that the opponents can't break the lines that easily, so that their players can play a ball behind our line. And so it's always like a togetherness, how we want to defend, and therefore we have to improve in these situations. And it's not only a thing about the high line.